Hi guys, it's Monday the 18th of February. I'm Olivia and welcome to MoBuzz. Today's show is going to be a little different. Instead of the usual short, sharp roundup of all the latest things happening in the world of tech, today we're going to focus just on one piece of news. The 5 undersea cables running through the Middle East that were mysteriously cut at the beginning of the month have caused a storm on the internet. It is buzzing with facts, fiction, and every geek's favorite hobby, conspiracy theories. So today we're going to take a look at what exactly happened, how it happened, and perhaps most importantly, why it was allowed to happen. Okay, let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start, I reckon. So the things we're talking about here are submarine communication cables, fiber optic technology cables that are laid beneath the sea to carry telecommunications between countries. As of 2003, every continent has been linked by submarine communication cables except Antarctica. But I'm pretty sure that no one over there is that bothered about the lack of them. So that's the boring bit. Apparently it's quite a common occurrence for underwater cables to be damaged, normally by passing ships or the anchors of fishing boats. But the events at the beginning of this month seem just a little too coincidental for most people. On the 23rd of January, the Falcon cable that connects the Persian Gulf and India was cut, although not reported. But when a cable was cut in the Mediterranean on the 30th, news agencies started to sit up and take notice. The interesting thing is that neither of the cuts were reported by the cable operators. Although everyone said that the following internet blackout was caused by a passing ship's anchor, the Egyptian government states that no ships had sailed through the area at the time of damage. Getting fishy. On the 1st of February, the Falcon cable was reported to be cut again, but in a different place. And on the 3rd, a cable connecting Qatar to the United Arab Emirates was damaged, disrupting communications in the Middle East. Finally, on the 4th of February, reports came in of a cable cut near Malaysia, bringing it up to a grand total of 5 major cuts in less than a fortnight. Chaos ensued, including massive disruptions in Egypt, India, Kuwait, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia. More than 60 million users in India were affected by the cuts. Basically, a lot of people were unable to email, Twitter, poke, or Skype, and do other more important stuff, obviously. So that's what happened, and whilst most of the problems have now been fixed, the web is still awash with conspiracy theorists determined to find a secret, juicy, and illegal cause for the cuts. A passing ship just won't cut it, if you know what I mean. So let's take a look at some of the more interesting ones, shall we? A discussion forum on Slashdot got a bit heated when someone suggested that the communications disruption could mean only one thing: invasion. Or some Pakistani bloggers said that the broken cables forced a delay in the opening of an oil bourse in Tehran, an event that may have affected the US economy, in a negative way. And there were plenty who pointed the finger of blame at the US Navy, although they didn't seem to think it was that important to give a concrete reason. One particularly fear-mongering blog argued that the whole thing was done to isolate Iran and launch the American Super Bowl. There is the obvious one, that is to blame the whole thing on Osama bin Laden, although how he could pull that one off from a cave in Afghanistan, I have no idea. Leaving all the conspiracies aside, the really important question here is just how such a dramatic communications collapse was allowed to happen in the first place. Undersea cables carry about 95% of the world's telephone and internet traffic. It's both cheaper and faster than satellite. So the massive collapse understandably brought chaos. The world was shown just how vulnerable the internet is. Laying new cable routes and further diversifying bandwidth can only provide so much extra security. So I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people out there with their thinking hats on, trying to come up with a reliable alternative. So that's, more or less in a nutshell, is it. Although a lot of the fuss has died down in the last few days, it has definitely been one of the most interesting conspiracy theories to hit the net in a while. Chances are there will never be any concrete proof about what it was exactly that caused millions of people to be plunged into a communications blackout. But it would be pretty boring if there was though, wouldn't it? Hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys.